enough life experiences to give you this type of feedback about your life. One day you will feel this way. And luckily, I hope that you can feel happy all the time in your life. I'm not saying that you don't have to care about any responsibilities or jobs you have to do, but just try to take everything positively and try to see everything with their positive angles, starting by knowing yourself and liking yourself and loving yourself and believing in yourself, especially for females. We don't really have too many male students, so that's okay for me to say that. Okay, so I am going to start to talk about what I do and also some of my backgrounds, including my educational background, and also I worked as non-professors for a while before I get into this profession. And also I'm going to share with you how I end up working in this industry. We also work in industry. This is called higher education industry. We have companies, we have organizations, we have employees, we have customers. So same as a hospital, although we always call education as non-for-profit, but we do need profit to sustain our business. So this is a market, not a free market, but it is a market. So we do have to do certain things that also companies do. So some people might think that, oh, schools, they don't really do things like industries. No, we do even more, and we do even more unethically because many things. So my current job, as you know, that I work at Taipei University. I used to work at YZU, the other building, 6. So I used to work at college, I think it's called College of Management, and I work in the marketing discipline. So now even if I switch to another school, I still work in the field of marketing. But I didn't study marketing, but who cares? I like marketing and I like what I study, so luckily they can combine. So that's how I end up. So I am pretty familiar with this campus, and it's a rich school, rich campus. So I got my education in Taiwan mostly, all the way till I graduated from college, and I went to National Jiao Tong University. I refuse to use the new name because that sounds very bad. I still refer to my college as Jiao Tong University. And I didn't know about the existence of this school until the time when I had to decide which school to go to. So I've never heard of Jiao Da. Have you heard of Jiao Da before you go to college? Well, so by the time I saw the name of Jiao Tong Dashi, I thought I'm going to study transportation. No, seriously. I thought, oh, not a bad profession. And also the name of my major is very weird. It's called management science. But normally it will be business administration or international trading or international business. So management science is the first time I heard of it. So I thought, okay, something related to transportation that require management and science. That's my understanding about my future major. And back in my generation, we do not get to choose. We took the entrance exam, and whichever you fall, that's the major you have to take. If you don't like the major, then you don't take the major, you take another year and take an entrance exam and see which major and school you could fall into. Of course, it's not that bad. I could choose other majors in other universities that my score is enough to get in. But there are other family issues, factors, and I end up in the school that I've never heard of and the major I've never heard of. So before I started my college time, my interest is totally away from anything you can see here. And Jiao Da is a very scientific school. So when I got in, the ratio between guys and girls is 11 to 1. So when you go to the cafeteria, once you enter as a female, you see all the guys start eating then look at you. It's so sick. And after we got in, then it become 7-1. So still very high ratio of guys and very low ratio of girls. And most of my friends who didn't go to Jiaoda thought that's a good thing. No, it's totally opposite. But I still enjoyed my college and I still love my major, although after 4 years I still didn't remember and know what I studied, but I like it. And we just recently had a reunion and all my friends are still alive and healthy and doing whatever they do. So one good thing about studying in management, which is similar to BA, is we really don't know what we studied. So during the 4 years, all the friends, we have a lot of fun playing mahjong games. We also go to classes, we do. So this time reunion, we went back and apologized to our professors because we slept through their classes. But we managed to graduate. And all the subjects I took, I still remember something like organizational behavior, marketing, consumer behavior, programming, all those things. And I got flunked twice. I think it's economics. And flunked once financial management. And another one is accounting. And then stat. So what? I graduated. So although most of my students currently and also ourselves, we don't really, we're not very clear about what we learned through the 4 years. A lot of complaints from students who major in business school is, oh, we don't know what we learned, we just take so many classes that I don't know what I'm good at. Who knows? Even if you major in other departments, it's the same thing. You cannot learn things in very in-depth scale for 4 years. So after I graduated and got my degree in college, most of my friends went on for grad schools because the characteristics of my undergrad, so many of my friends, it's more like a social pressure, a family pressure, they have to. And I don't like to study, so I decided not to study further. By the time I entered college, I decided that would be the end of my study. So I didn't go along with grad schools and I didn't feel anything because that's my decision. Then I went on to have a job that I wanted to do and then learned that the job is actually not the job that I wanted to do. Then during the process, I had a chance to apply for grad school, which is Purdue in the United States. Then I was lucky enough to got accepted, then stay there till getting PhD. Anyone who knows where Purdue is a map of the United States. Purdue.
Any hits?
Where?
Any hits?
Any hits? Somewhere, not here. Huh? Not busy town, not there. Upper? Upper, yes, close.
Upper in the west side.
Upper,
West side.
west,
Oh, no, this one.
yes.
Yes,
Where?
Indiana.
Yes, Indiana, we're right here. We are a very conservative state. All the Asians there look the same to them. So there was once I went to a performance and the pianist happens to be a Japanese lady. So during the break, there's one kid coming to me, ask for my sign. Oh, you play so well the piano. Not me. But then Indiana is the place that has nothing. That's what we heard. So the first time I flew to Indiana to Purdue, I even brought tissue with me. I thought there's no way to get tissues or notebooks or pens. I brought everything that I felt I need to study with me. But they have Walmart. And the magical power of Walmart is you get everything in Walmart. And that's our nightlife too. So if you don't want to sleep, if you have to study, stay up there late, then go to Walmart. And the very first semester I went there, which is January of some year, I gained 20 pounds over one semester because I cannot sleep overnight because I couldn't finish all the studies. So I have to keep eating chocolate cookies to stay awake. Because I get eyes reading and I keep chewing something. Since you don't have time, so I keep doing that for the whole semester. That's how I get weight. So after I came back for a visit, all my relatives say, do you eat butter all the time in the States? That's the only thing they serve there, yeah, pretty much. Then afterwards, I get back to much normal lifestyles. So my major in Purdue is in consumer behavior, and I started in master program first. Then after master level degree, I tried to find a job. Cannot. There's some restrictions. So there's a chance for me to study further for the PhD, and I stayed. So 6 years in Purdue Universities. I didn't have any money to travel around, so I just stayed there for 6 years. Lovely place with all the racists. They were yelling at us like, Chinese pig, go back to China type of place. Wonderful. I would look at them like, oh, interesting. So they said the same thing to Korean students. So my Korean friends said, we are not Chinese. Who cares? We look Asians. Okay. So basically, what I did here, what I end up with right now, nothing is what I wanted to do or what I set out to do as a child. So what I really like to do since childhood is I like to read comic books. So I used to dream about being a cartoonist so that I can have my own stories and draw beautiful girls and boys and all stuff. And that's a childhood dream all the way till still now. I still do some kind of drawing myself. Then going through the teenage years, I started to have some interest in fashion. So I read a lot of magazines, even those like professional magazines for fashion designers. Since I was very, very young, I didn't know how much it's going to cost to be a fashion designer, but still I'm kind of interested. So I get a lot of, more like a knowledge. So not only the magazines with beautiful designs, I also read those books about different designers, what they went through and stuff. And I realized so many of those designers are men. And they like men too. I was like, wow, very interesting world. And some designers back then, they have families and kids, but they still love men. That's also interesting stories to me. Then I studied which schools they went through to get this kind of degree and learn the experience.